DJs BrewTube beer review. This isn't just any other beer review. This is beer review number 800. That's right, the big 800. For 800 beer reviews, you guys have ridden along with me down here in the dungeon, on location, at the Sun Drinker's house, and all over the place, drinking beer, making mixed drinks, and all that old shit. And first, before I get into anything, I gotta give you a big thank you for hanging around this long and watching, viewing my insanity unfold. Now, what beer do we have tonight for beer review number 800? We have a big ABV, big flavor, challenging beer to review. And what beer is that? It's one from Kuhnhenn Brewing Company out of Warren, Michigan, US of A. Yay, yay! And it's their Bourbon Barrel Aged Olde Stock Village Ale. That's right, this is a barrel aged stock ale. That's what the brewery calls it anyway. It's a rotating serving, clocks in at 14.2% ABV and between 30 and 60 IBUs. Now, this beer was aged in bourbon barrels for 9 months, and then they inoculated it with our friend Brettanomyces, or Brett. That's right, so this is a sour bourbon barrel aged stock ale. Now you're saying, DJ, how the hell did you get a Kuhnhenn Brewing beer for your beer review number 800? Well, I got this beer from my good friend Average Joe, also known as Generous Joe, in my Extreme Hoarders Edition beer mail. That's right, I figured this would be an awesome review because it beer to review because it came from my kind of extreme beer mail. This is Extreme 800 video beer reviews. That pretty much freaking rocks in my book anyway. And I wanted to pick a beer that'd be challenging, had layers of flavor, and I had to really dig into, and it wasn't sort of like a training wheels beer, that anybody could review. And this is sort of a whale, so maybe for big reviews, that's what whale beers are all about. Now, this is the 2014 vintage of the Olde Stock Bourbon Barrel Aged Village Ale. So Joe went up to the brewery, waited in line, 5:30 in the morning and shit like that, with our good buddy Ewart. Shout out to you, Ewart. If you haven't checked out Strange Bruisings, he maybe kind of does reviews still. I think you tell us, Ewart. But anyways, I have kind of a posh snifter, Ewart. Is that one good, Joe? Does it pass muster for this beer? We're going to see. Anyway, so, you know what? I'm flapping my gums a lot. You're not surprised. But this is beer review number 800. I think I can take a little license here. So, it's time to what? Pop the top, get in the glass, and tell you what's up with the barrel-aged, bourbon barrel-aged, that is, Olde Stock Village Ale, vintage 2014. Let's see what we got. Boom. Gigantic hiss, tons of can of smoke, and it's a crawler coming right up the neck of the glass on me. Gotcha. Ooh, fizzy, kind of soda poppy head coming out of this. Wow. Man, I can smell the Brett and the bourbon wafting off the top of this glass, and I'm about a foot away from it. Let's see what the appearance is like. I'm already getting some of the aroma. It's a ruddy, really dark, like burnt sugar brown color. It's got a solid one-finger head of really tight bubbles that are kind of caving in because they're dissipating sort of when I swirl it. Yeah, we're going to get glass lacing, and we've got alcohol coating on the inside of this glass. Not alcohol legs, freaking alcohol coating, like curtains swirling down the inside of this. But take a look at that in that stemless snifter. That is a gorgeous looking beer. Looks like an old ale, and we're actually keeping pretty awesome freaking head retention. I still got a finger ahead on a 14.2% beer. That is impressive, to say the least, because usually high ABV beers, the head does not last even this long. So, let's see what's up in the aroma department. Wow. Big caramel, Brett funk, hay, like barnyardy, bourbon, tannins from the oak. It almost has like a Flanders red aroma in some ways because there's big dark fruits and cherries. At time of review, this beer is probably, I think, about, I would say 8 to 9 months old, somewhere in that range. So it's got some cellar time on it. I've read some reviews of this when people drank it really fresh, and they said it was like really funky and real Brett forward. And I'm hoping some of the old stock or old ale notes that are coming out of this are going to be the dark fruits and bigger, kind of sweet notes to kind of balance out that Brett. And I wanted to drink this beer now. I could have cellared it for a long time at 14.2%, but I found Brett beers just cellar them too long and they become dry as a freaking Arab sandal and, got a desert in your mouth when you're drinking it. So let's see what's up with more aroma here. Lovely caramel and toffee notes. A little bit of Brett funk, but it's not too forward. There's a tartness in the background. A little bit of that wet horse blanket. A really lovely, smooth, vanilla forward bourbon smell. No alcohol notes in the aroma. Some dark fruits, sort of raspberry and cherry, and like plummy, figgy sort of notes. Wow. and a bit of like leather and, well, kind of flavored tobacco aroma. There's tons of layers in this aroma. Damn. It's like smelling a Russian Imperial Stout like that I've smelled, or maybe a really complex barley wine, maybe like Sukaba or one of those kind of, you know, barrel-aged English barley wines. Wow. Of course, you know, beer at 14.2% like this, you know, the line between what's an old ale / stock ale and a barley wine's kind of riding it, but these guys are supposed to be the masters of, you know, big beer, so this has got my mouth watering. It smells awesome. I hope it tastes half as good as it smells. Diving in. Joe, thanks a million for sending this. Guys, thanks again for watching review 800. Here we go. Whoop, whoop. Time to dive in. Cheers. Wow. Wow, I got to get a taste of that. That's complex shit. Zippy carbonation. I got this at about 50 degrees right now. People were saying this was super funky and tart. That's bullshit. It's not super funky and tart. Maybe they haven't drank a lot of tart beers, you know, but it's got balance, man. There's big caramel sweetness in this, dark fruit, cherry notes, bourbon, tannins from the wood, vanilla. There's some vinous notes in there. It's got a red grape skin sort of tartness. The bread in there isn't super funky. It's actually, I think, pretty chill. Now, I've drank some pretty extreme Brett beers at this point, but this is tasting really chill. And the dryness that's to this point, with like about 9 months on it, it's scrubbingly dry in the back. It's got zippy carbonation like a Belgian beer has to it, you know, like a Belgian Trappist ale maybe, like Westy has and St. Bernardus has, that palate cleansing in the background. It does not drink like a 14.2% beer. I'm not getting any alcohol taste in this, save like spirit taste from the bourbon. And I hardly get any warming in the chest. This is fucking crazy. Damn. The balance that's coming in this beer is between the big caramel stock ale sweetness and then the tartness that's coming in there from the Brett. This reminds me a lot of, like, you know, Duchess de Bourgogne that I've had, and the vintage beer, excuse me, from the name is escaping me right now, but the Flanders Bruins and those types of beers, that tartness, it's not extreme. It's not balsamic vinegar-like or anything in that realm. It's a balance between sweet bourbon, caramels, vanilla, tannic notes, you know, vinous, like grape skin notes, and then a little bit of that sort of barnyardy funk, taming the sweetness in there. But the crazy freaking thing that's just blowing my mind while I'm tasting this beer is that it does not drink like a 14.2% beer. It's not boozy at all, which is blowing my freaking mind. How, when it's that big, it's not tasting boozy. Wow. This is a sipper for sure. It's big, complex flavors. As I sit here and drink and talk to you guys, I'm getting some more tobacco notes, a bit of leather, and then this sweet bourbon in the background with big vanilla notes, and then boom, it's dry. It's got a really crisp finish, and like I said, it's got the zippy, sort of palate-tickling kind of carbonation, champagne or Belgian beer. Like, wow. I'm totally digging this beer. A lot of people I saw a lot of people trash on this beer, and by their descriptions, I'm wondering how many beers like this they've drank. Now, some were comparing it to the regular barrel-aged Fourth Dementia and Fourth Dementia 4D, whatever you want to call it, from Kuhnhenn. But you know what? It's not fair because to compare it that way, because this is its own animal. Yeah, it's that base beer, but with this twist of Brett, I love the balance that it's bringing in and the interplay between the big, strong, sweet forward, like malt maniac pleasing sort of notes, and then you got that funk, the like sour head notes, kind of like just teetering and like fighting each other in the taste. Wow. This is an appropriate beer. I was kind of on the fence whether I would do this beer for beer review number 800 or not, but wow, I'm glad I drank it now, because I can taste that if this would sit like a year and a half, closer to 2 years, it would be really, really dry. There's a big enough dose of Brett in there that, say, like Orval, the longer you let Orval sit, the Brett that they bottle condition that beer with, which is maybe what they're doing with this one, I'm not sure, but that they bottle condition that beer with makes that a really dry beer in time and very Brett forward. The Brett takes over the whole beer, and right now, with 9 months on it, this beer is just fucking banging good. Damn. So, you hear me geeking out. I can sit here and try to pick through more layers of flavor for you, but you know what, do you really want me to waffle on that long? Probably not, but I'm digging this beer. Anywho, let's grade this beer. Right Beer has no grade on it. Why? Because this is a really hard beer to get. Joe, thanks a million for sending this, dude. I appreciate the pilgrimage you made to get this beer. You and Ewart getting up at the fucking crack of dawn, watching idiots fight in the parking lot because there wasn't any more beer. And I got this and a whole bunch of other Kuhnhenn beers from you, man. You freaking rock, dude. Thanks for going up there, guys, and securing this beer, because that's just awesome. I'm digging it. I don't know if you guys have had this or not. I didn't see a review, but this is it's a fucking tasty beer. So, like I said, great beer. Has no grade. Beer Advocate's given it 84. What the fuck? How you give this beer 84, I've got no clue. I'm giving this beer an A+. I'm giving it a 99. It's fucking awesome. It tastes great. It's got very few holes in it. The only reason I'm giving it a 99 is because I think some people, you kind of got to grade the spectrum here. If I let this go too much more, it's got a real, I think this is a beer that's got a real small window of awesomeness, which I think I stumbled into drinking this now, and I'm in that window, and it's awesome. Really tasty. If you have a bottle of this, I recommend drinking it now, because I think more time of that Brett sitting in that beer is going to draw more of it out, and it's going to take it over more and make it more dry. But as it is now, this beer is rock star good. And look, there's still a head, and it regenerates a head on a 14.2% beer. This is insanely well hidden alcohol in this beer. For a this beer this big, it's probably the best hidden alcohol I think I've had so far. This is a masterpiece of alcohol hiding in this beer. 14.2%. You know, that's 38.4 proof. That's fucking liquor strength. And it's hidden that well. Damn. Anyways, I keep going on, but like I said, big up thanks to Generous Joe for sending me this. Big up thanks to all you guys for watching so long. For, you know, going on 3 years now, doing DJs BrewTube and watching my insanity. I really dig that. From the heart here, I really appreciate you guys. And I also really appreciate it when you think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. So small breweries like Kuhnhenn keep coming out with awesome fucking mind blowers like this, that we can do beer reviews 800 about and totally go geek and mad and love sipping the rest of this night and kicking it back, maybe watching a little telly and having an awesome night. It's also really awesome when you rate, comment, and subscribe if you have already not done so. And it's really cool, and I dig it when you smash that like button. So, to the next DJs BrewTube, thanks a million to each and every one of you. Until then, I got nothing but a bunch of barrel-aged Olde Stock Village Ale. Damn, that's a long name. Drinking love for you. And you know what's coming? That's right. A big ass.